Hello everybody, welcome to Naga Caverens. We've got a game today between VTAttero as our red Protoss player in the bottom left part of the map, and on the top right part of the map we have oGsHireN? Hiren? I don't know how to say that. Hiren? I'm gonna call him Hiren. He's a blue Terran player up in the top right part of the map. And let's see what's going on. We already got a scout, a very quick scout for Attero, scouting after Pylon. Now, why do I not have sound? Oh, there it goes. It's working on music. There we go. But anyway, yeah, he's going out for a pretty quick scout. I guess he's going to do some harassment with this probe. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of useless because the only thing you can really see this early, if you scout this early on this map, is of course if they're going gas or if they're going maybe early double racks or something like that. But then again, you can kind of see that if you scout after you make the gateway. So I'm not really sure why he went with such an early scout. I prefer, I've actually used the Artosis rule of thumb since I've been playing Protoss recently. Is on 4-player maps I scout after Pylon, and on 2-player maps I scout after Gateway. And it's just really good timings. So we have oGsHireN going for an orbital command, getting a barracks, not choosing to wall off. You know, why not? You're against Protoss, so you have to worry about a circling run by. And then our Terran player actually going for a little bit of a later scout. He is actually waiting for his barracks to completely finish, but he's going to get there before he gets the cybernetics core finished. So he's going to get a count of how many gas his opponent is up against. Maybe he's going to see if there's any gateways. But the problem with scouting, excuse me, this late, of course, is if your opponent does end up going for a like a 2-gate proxy, you're not going to scout that in time, and you're going to be pretty bad in trouble. So Attero's trying to hide a probe here inside the base. We'll see if Hiren actually goes and scouts his main. That's definitely something you have to always do. I actually lost a game on ladder the other day on Metalopolis. It was a Protoss mirror match. I didn't scout my base after, and I got killed. And it was just, I feel so stupid, you know? It's like, oh, that's not a win. That's not a loss. That's like not even a game. It's like, oh, I'm doing good, you know? And then it's like, oh, they warp in 10 units in the back of your base and you lose. It's like, well, there goes that build. So we have Attero actually going for a gas steal, snatching that gas up real quick. Attero, that was a pretty smart move. He saw this factory being made, so he knows his opponent is going tech, and I think the gas steal is a really smart move there. So leaving that probe around just long enough to see the timing of whether or not his opponent is going to go for a barracks or he was going to go for a factory. And he was going to go for a factory, and ooh, looks like we had some Hiren going for some boobs and penises there. But anyway, we're back in the game and putting up a command center, putting up a bunker. So here I'm going to actually do some teching here, play a little defense, and that's going to allow Attero to have map control. He's going to come up here and scout around with the Stalker. Be able to do a little bit of damage with the Stalker. He's only got 3, actually 2 now. He's going to try and kill that SEV. No, he's going to just screw that. And no, he finally gets that bunker finished, and those Marines running there, they're going to get away safely. And this assimilator here has just really been a pain in the ass for Hiren. I'm pretty sure he was definitely going to go for 2 gas. He may have actually changed his build order just because of this gas steal to make this command center. Maybe, maybe not. It looks like he's going to go for a bio tank build, so that might have actually not affected him too much anyway. But I think it was a smart play on Attero's part. You know, he saw the writing on the wall was, oh, he's teching, go for a gas steal, why not? I think that was you know, wise decision. So let's check out the build here for Attero. We got 1 gateway rowboat into two more gateways, so 3 gateway. Now Attero has he has seen the expansion. I'm pretty sure he saw that. Yeah, he did see expansion when he was coming up there. So we're probably gonna see him. Is he actually gonna try and pressure this and break this? He's putting up a proxy pylon, and he doesn't have that many units. He's gonna have 3 gateways here in a second. He's gonna try and pressure this, but there's 2 tanks up there, Marines and a bunker, and I don't really see Attero breaking the front of Hiren's base anytime soon. But I think we're going to see him try at least here. He stopped probe production. We got 32, so he's way ahead in the lead. And Harvester's wow, 32-24. He's behind on tech though. I would say, well, he's got a robo facility, but oh, actually never mind. I think they're pretty even on tech robo, and he's got observer out also. But yeah, I don't think Attero should actually go for this attack. It would probably be smarter if you see him put up an expansion, just transfer some probes over. Oh, he started a probe production again, so I think he just may set up a container, maybe do a little harassment here with this observer, shooting up there on that high ground and just trying to take a little bit of shield damage, pick off a couple Marines, And he's actually doing quite a bit of damage here with the Marines. He's only lost one Zealot, warping in more Stalkers. And Hiren's just trying to figure out what he wants to do. He's trying to push out and get that expansion going. He definitely is saturated enough here at his main, trying to make some more SCVs, and we have VTAttero coming here, get some attacks off. Wow, killing so many Marines. Those tanks to the back doing very serious damage. This observer is very nice up there, seeing all the types of stuff's going on. Killing that sentry very quickly, one Hellion out. Not sure why he made a Hellion. Kind of confused about that, but the focus fire going down, then Immortal. Mortal drops very quickly, and now the tanks are left defenseless, and the Stalkers can just come up there and deal tons of damage. And wow, Hiren is definitely in trouble at this point. He's going to have to maybe fall back up to the top of his ramp, and it looks like this expansion is going to be delayed. And we have VTAttero, really, wow. I was actually kind of surprised that he actually did so much damage here, but considering Hiren actually left his base to come down. Anyways, he's pushing up here. He actually gets the bunker, falls back. I'm actually surprised Hiren pushed out at that point. I definitely see this as a mistake I see from a lot of Terran players, is they made this command center in the base and they're just like, oh man, I got this command center, I want to fly it out there and start harvesting from there. But you can make SCVs in your base, who cares if you're oversaturated. But anyway, we've got to attack Marines, tanks versus a bunch of Immortals and Stalkers, and SCVs coming in from behind. Tank goes down, Marines dealing a lot of focus fire damage, and it looks like he's going to be able to fight this back. There are a lot of SCVs there. You check the harvester count, 3629, he actually is going to fight this off. He may have to do a lot of repair there on those SCVs, but a tank comes out just in the nick of time. He's going to fight that off. The Immortal shields are down, and he's forced to fall back. We're going to see here VTAttero actually warp in more units or go for some type of expansion. No expansion yet. Is he going to warp in? I think he just warped in some more Stalkers. Yes, he's going to come through pressure, get some more Marine kills. And these Marines don't have stim yet or combat shields. This is definitely messing with Hiren's build orders. It's really early pressure. He doesn't have stim or combat shields. And man, with this observer, he's just allowing him to just run in there, pick off some Marines, and fall back. Building another. Wow, whoa, he's got, okay, built another command center. I didn't even see this thing being built. So he's just dropping mules and, wow, dropping a bunch of mules. And he's trying to push out once again. Here, is he going to actually push out once and for all? No, he's falling back. Got that one Stalker killed up. And finally, we have a next up for VTAttero. So VTAttero is applies so much pressure here, delaying this expansion, 2 expansions for so long. So here he's mining with 3 mules at one point. Let's check the harvester income. Look at it. He's mining so much more with 6 less harvesters. Those are mules. Oh my god, look at that. There's 800 to 1400 with 3 mules. Oh wow. Okay, so Hiren is in a good position even though he doesn't have an expansion. He's supply blocked now. That's not good. So let's check the production tab. 66 or resource tab 66, 65. So this is straight up even at this point. Both players just doing a really micro-intensive game so far. And wow, walking right to a choke point. This is not a good fight for Hiren. He's really getting picked off. Oh wow, nice micro back there. Saves that Immortal, very smart. But this game has been such a micro-intensive fight. I think both players have just been too busy with their micro to deal with the macro this game. There's definitely been some macro fault. I think VTAttero could have expanded a little bit sooner. But anyway, he's pushing up, and I don't know why he's pushing up into the base. He's going to try and take this. He thinks he can win it. Marines up there in the front taking a bunch of damage. Hellion coming out. Tanks trying to focus fire kills to get some kills, but they are dropping left and right. We got 3 tanks. He's producing, whoa, he's got 3 barracks, actually 5 barracks, and he's actually going to hold this off with so much production. He's got 5 barracks essentially, and 3 factory off 1 base. Hilarious, needless to say. And Zealot's running up the ramp here, and it looks like Hiren's actually going to break this, and VTAttero doesn't have an army to speak of. He's making 2 more gateways. He has a Colossus coming out, and he's going to get this expansion up and rolling. And he's already got the production facilities, the supply. He's almost mined out his main. He's got so many mules in his base. He's almost mined out. And VTAttero is doing a probe transfer down here to his expansion. So let's check the harvester count. 41 versus 33, but I think our Terran is still in the lead with these 3 overall commands. So this Terran player has a lot of production facilities, going to pump out a bunch of tanks. Looks like he's making a bunch of Hellions also. Hasn't started pre-igniter or siege tech. And doesn't even have combat shield or stim. This is such a crazy game for Hiren. He's just going straight up units, doesn't even need their tech upgrades. He's like, you know what? Marine can get 10 extra HP. I don't care. I don't need it. I'm just going to make more Marines. And so let's check out VTAttero's army. Looks like he's switching into a Zealot Colossus build. I think it's going to be pretty smart. Zealots will do pretty well against Marines and tanks, especially if they don't have stim and combat shields. So I think it's a good army choice for VTAttero. Warping in a couple more Zealots. Any charge to speak of? No, it doesn't look like it. Hasn't started thermal lances yet. was gonna say Yances, but yeah, HireN's in a good position at this point. He's now making 2 starports. Wow, HireN loves production facilities. Look, this is crazy. I would have never even attempted to make 3 orbital commands off one base, and then made 5 barracks essentially with these reactors added in, and then 3 factories off one base. That would have never occurred to me. Just like that much production, this is crazy. But HireN showing, you don't even need siege tech or blue flame or stim or anything. You just one base at hardcore. Siege is finally finished. So these siege tanks can now take a break, stretch out, and let their guns shoot. So now we're gonna have okay, wow, he's gonna go mass Viking and I guess medevac at this point. I'm not quite sure if he scouted and saw that Colossus. I'm assuming he has, just because he's putting 2 starports on here, and that's what I'm just assuming. And he's making another command center. This one, I guess, is just hanging out. This one, his only job is to call down mules. I'm surprised he hasn't used any of those for supply depots for like extra supply drop, just because he has so many. But he's using these mules like crazy. 4 mules down. Look at this income. He's behind in by 11 harvesters, but he's still tied and then sometimes exceeding income, just depending on when the mules are spawning. And he's making another command center. So Attero, let's see what he's up for. He's doesn't have actually he's a pretty good army. Let's check the food tab. Wow, 107, 105. This game is straight up even at this point. Now we have the Infernal Preigniter just about getting finished. Thermal Lance is just about getting finished, and 4 Vikings coming out. So he's definitely he had to have seen that at some point. And he's got those Vikings coming out. He's going to have a lot of Vikings to deal with this. These Colossi at this point. He's only got 3 out, and he's going to be able to crush those no problem. And just kind of hanging there at the front of his base. He's got the bunkers in the back. I guess just for a fallback point in case he does get attacked, but don't really seem to be too important at this point. He has so many tanks. He's going to have so many Vikings. I don't see these tall boys doing any damage anytime soon. We have some sentries coming out, getting up another Robo, getting up a Forge. No players have really gotten any upgrades to speak of at this point. From what I can tell, no upgrades here for him. Let's check out the upgrades for Attero. No upgrades for Attero yet. So both players, I think, at least I think for Attero, I think he was trying to end this very quickly, so he wasn't really at the mindset of getting an expansion up and getting an upgrade. He was just trying to end it very quickly. But at this point, this is definitely turning into a long game. We're already like the 18-minute mark, so definitely in the mid-game territory. A lot of siege tanks up there. 7 siege tanks. Excuse me. So this expansion is going to get up and get going. Now, I'm going to be interested to see if he's going to make this planetary fortress or an orbital. I would kind of expect it to be, I mean, planetary fortress is kind of the common thought, but at this point, why not make an orbital? He's already got a bunch of siege tanks, and he's already got a couple other orbitals just hanging out. Why not make it an orbital and just have that many more mules? And we're probably going to see his income skyrocket once these mules start harvesting here at the gold. And that's probably going to jump to 2,000 next time that next mule falls down. More gas coming up, missile turrets being placed. A good proxy pylon over here on the right for Attero, in case he needs to warp anything in. And yeah, this observer, this whole game, Attero really doing a very nice job just scouting around with this observer. So wow, more factories. He's definitely going pretty heavy mech. I think he's given up on the bio just because of those tall boys. And is that another command center? Man, he's just popping these things up left and right. So he's up to 5 factory now, 2 with reactor, 3 with tech lab, and 2 starport. He just has so many production facilities, just allow him to really switch his army composition up on the fly. Now it isn't optimal, but of course whenever you're optimal, you don't have the flexibility of changing out just your army type. And HireN definitely has been using this to his advantage, just switching stuff out. He's a lot of Vikings. He may just fly in here, just 2-shot of a Colossus if Attero's not careful. But he is very careful. He sees those Vikings coming in. I think he actually had vision on the right side of this tower, at least for the time being. I think until that tank shot him. But he is falling back. Now we have a charge being researched, attack level 2 being researched, and some more zealots coming out. But where is this command center? He's probably going to fly that over here to the left. That's probably the next logical position for HireN to go to. But he did make that to a planetary fortress. Why not? It's protection against zealots and immortals. That's a pretty good use of it. But I mean, his income is so high already. I don't really think there's a bad choice either way. So HireN is kind of slow pushing up the right side of the map here. I think he wants to apply some pressure on Attero's gold, make him have to defend this and kind of force him into fight here against all these tanks. And you could just put tanks all along this ledge here, and it's going to be so hard to attack. And you could put Vikings right here in the middle to deal with those tall boys. But he needs to be careful. Those stalkers are paying attention. They're going to pick off some of those Vikings. Vikings are scouting now. I actually have no units here in the simulators. That thing has been built and it's going to be destroyed. And we have a counterattack from VTAttero. He's not going to deal with that attack. He's just going to say, you know, whatever, have it. But these tanks in such a great position here on the right can still attack here on the left, and VTAttero is going in for it. No Guardian Shield yet, unfortunately. He's going to have to fall back. I think he's definitely outnumbered. We check the resource tab, 196 versus 148. Wow, that definitely went downhill for VTAttero. And man, here just with this macro, this game has just been so good. He's taking out so many units. There's units are spread back here. They may have not been in the control group or may have misclicked or something, but VTAttero definitely just got steamrolled right there. And here just forced him into that attack. Either way, I think it's going to work out badly for him. There are just so many units for here. He's got Hellions back there, Marauders, tanks, not even in siege now. Just taking stuff out. Vikings landing because they're essentially useless without any, and they're actually pretty useless on the ground anyway once they land. But taking a couple shots, tanks just in the back dealing damage, still no upgrades for him, but man, he's just walking all over him here. And with the comeback this game, I think he's actually going to pull this victory out. VTAttero's losing this gold. He's forced to run back. Is he warping any more units? More Zealots warping in. 2 attack upgrade on those Zealots. More Hellions coming out. And those probes almost dying to those Hellions. Those Hellions don't catch them though. So many tanks from the back. Look at this tank production. That is crazy. There we got the GG from VTAttero. GG from here. And wow, that was such a good game. HireN just playing. Didn't know you can CC. My thoughts too exactly, VTAttero. Econ build. Yeah, no kidding. 3 orbital command off 1 base with so many production facilities. We may see some 1 base super turtle Terran economy build off 1 base and mine out in like 5 minutes or whatever that was. That was crazy. But yeah, this was a pretty cool game. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Just like VTAttero, I think he was trying to end it too quickly, and he just so many times he ran up that ramp and just didn't get enough damage. When he could have built an expansion, kind of like delayed one of those attacks, got up an expansion, got it pumping, and at least kept even in the economy, because with so many orbitals in his base, both players on 1 base, HireN was just out beating him in economy even though they were on the same number of bases. After a while, his harvester count really didn't matter, that he had more harvesters, because it was oversaturated. And since mules don't take up a spot that SCVs do, the mules are a bonus on top of already maxed mineral patch. So HireN was basically out macroing him just with so many mules, since they were both on 1 base. So I think VTAttero's main mistake he made this game was not expoing soon enough after he had his opponent contained for the time being. So check out my YouTube page, youtube.com/EonShakino. Leave comments. Comments and criticism always welcome. And also welcome is subscriptions and thumbs up if you like this video. So I'll see everybody later. Bye.